to ADI's new webinar we're calling ADI ISC, Why You Should Be Entering ADI's International Spirits Competition. I'm Eric Zandona, and I'm the competition director. And joining me today is David T. Smith, who has been our long-serving lead steward and really the man behind the scenes who makes everything work so smoothly. David, thanks
Hello,
for
everyone.
So, David, we wanted to get together today and let people know that registration for our 2024 competition has opened, and we're really excited about the upcoming year and what we can offer our entrants. And I just wanted to start off with talking a little bit about, how registration works. And then you'll talk a little bit about how the competition works, so people have a good understanding of, the evaluation process that their products go through. So
a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, a little peek behind the curtain. That's right. So to start off, like I said, all of our information about the competition is available at distilling.com. We have our own, we have several pages of information about how to enter and where to ship samples and prices and deadlines and all that kind of stuff can be found on distilling.com. One thing I will mention right now is that we are in our discounted early bird phase for registration, and that will run all the way until February 2nd. And so if you're watching this before that, be sure to register before February 2nd, and you'll save an additional $50 per entry. So one of the first things that I think really kind of differentiates a little bit of what ADI does from some other competitions that are out in the world is that our event has always been sort of focused with the producer in mind and helping them promote the best products that are available in the industry and to provide feedback for those who are looking to improve what they're doing or just get a check what other experts in the industry think about their product. And that's really been sort of like the core mission of our competition, is that that kind of two-prong mission. So the first part is really simple. When you register, we ask a lot of questions about your spirit. And even though we have probably one of the most sort of thorough questionnaires in the spirits competition space, we've actually been able to simplify it this year a little bit, because over time we found better ways to get the information that we need to provide to the judges during the flighting process. And so it's actually, we've been able to simplify the registration form. So it's still a little bit long compared to some other ones, but it's been simplified somewhat. And so I think it's going to be a little bit easier in the registration process. And on top of that, so everybody who enters automatically gets evaluated for the quality of their spirit. You could potentially earn a bronze, silver, gold, or even a double gold medal if all the judges love it. And every spirit that gets entered is registered for our excellence in packaging competition right off the bat, which some other competitions make you pay for the packaging portion, but ours is included in that one registration fee. And on top of that, every spirit that gets entered gets written feedback from our judges. And that's part of our core mission about providing feedback so that people can really have an assessment of why their spirit scored the way that they did, why they earned the medal that they did, and any areas where our judges think there might be room for improvement. Now, if you're getting a double gold, you may not get a lot of comments, but if you're getting a different medal, you should expect to see some positive remarks from our judges about what they liked and areas where maybe there's some questions about things that could be changed or parts that could be improved to make the spirit even better for the next time. So that's the sort of basic overview of the competition. And one of the things that we do again, to try and really be focused on the quality of the spirits and the feedback that we're giving, is that we limit the number of spirits that we provide to our judges each day. We shoot for around 60 or so spirits per day. And this, we feel like, allows them enough time to be able to write the feedback for each entry that they're tasting, and prevent palate fatigue over the day. It's a long judging day. It sounds like it can be a lot of fun, and it is enjoyable. I think our judges enjoy the process, but it is a full day of work. And so, as you can imagine, if you're tasting 60 gins in a day, that it can be a little bit taxing, but we space everything out so that by the end of the day, the judges' palates are still fresh and they can really evaluate what's going on in each glass that they're given. And so our goal has always been that on our panels that we aim to have a mix of experiences from different aspects of the industry. So we like to have distillers and retailers and consultants in the industry, media people, and people that play various roles, bartenders, of course, people that play different key roles in the industry. And I'm really happy to say that along with David, we have made really great strides in finding a good mix of palates across the world and across the industry that represent really the broadest swath of talent and that we have access to. And that, I think, is representative of the results that we get out of the competition. Our judges are tend to be a little bit strict, but they're very fair, I believe, in their assessments. And by and large, the medals that are coming out of our event are really well earned. And there's no, as we like to say, there's no participation trophies for ADI. But if you earn a medal, it really means something, that our judges really thought that you're among some of the best that are being produced in the industry. So we're really happy to be planning for 2024, and we're looking forward to all of our entries. But David, why don't you share a little bit on the back end process? So once the bottles arrive, what process do those spirits go through the next phases?
Well, thanks, Eric. And I mean, one of the key things that we have in the back room is we have a team of experts sorting through the spirits, arranging the flights so they're not too big and they're not too small, and the orders and things make sense. So these are all people that, in their own right, could be a judge for our competition. Many of them judge for a number of other international competitions and actually even chair some of those competitions, such as myself. And we have some people that sometimes they're stewards and sometimes they're judges, so they get that kind of that view. So I think that that's a really big difference, is that all of our, the person that's looking after the whiskey, that's looking after the gin, looking after the vodka, they're experts in that area. And I think that helps to make sure that we achieve the biggest goal, which is to make sure that every spirit gets a fair shake when it's being tasted, that the right information is given to the judges, not too much information, but the right context is being given so that the judges can truly, understand that. We also want to make sure we when we're putting the flights together, and they might be sort of 6 to 8 spirits, sometimes a little bit less, but never more than that. We want to have the right flavor profile. So something might have a particularly strong spiced note or something like that. Maybe we put that towards the end. Everything is tasted beforehand and everything is ordered in such a way to make sure that, as I said, it gets as fair a shake at being judged as possible. And we monitor what's going on with the scores that are being given out. And if we think maybe there's been some confusion, then we will refer it to another panel, again, just to make sure that everything is as fair as it possibly can be.
Yeah, and one of the things that I'm really proud about with our scoring system, with our panels, is that while each judge will recommend a particular score, which corresponds to a medal or no medal, It's the panel as a whole that chooses what medal actually ends up getting awarded. And so I think I think that for us is part of our goal, that the spirits get a fair evaluation. And really, we're looking holistically at the spirit as much as possible, not just using a numerical average or adding up the sum of different parts and losing points here and gaining points there, but really overall, how good is this spirit and what medal does it deserve to earn based on its quality? And I think that's part of the process that we use that I really feel confident in, and is really reflective of, if something gets a gold medal or a double gold medal, that is not an easy feat, and really is a testament to the incredible quality of the work that those people are doing. And so I really think that's an important part of our process. I know some other competitions, they'll just use a numerical average, which is simple, makes sense for them, and can work. But we find that sometimes, especially when spirits are kind of on that border zone, then you need that sort of evaluative human assessment that just an average doesn't always provide.
And just to kind of follow up on that, I mean, we are open to all distillers, but we have always focused on the smaller distillers, and these are the distillers that are at the cutting edge of innovation. So we
Yeah.
are getting products and new ways of doing things that other people haven't thought of, and we take that into consideration. You know, if we're judging the absinthe aren't just going to be served neat. We make sure that they're loose properly and they're served neat, so you can have that. If you're sending potable bitters, we make sure that that's served properly as it should be. RTDs and RTSs, we always make sure that they're chilled down, or if they need to say it needs to be shaken with ice, we make sure that that's done. Again, it's all about making sure that your product is judged as fairly as it possibly can
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, that's at the core of why our registration system is set up the way it is because we want the information that we need in order to fill that flight process, to give the judges the details that they need to fairly evaluate spirits and to set them in their company of flights, right? No spirits are judged against each other, but they should sit in a similar flavor range or strength range or intensity range with the other spirits that they go out with. And so that all that information is useful for us. So that's why we structure everything the way we do. So one of the last things I want to say is that, so once people win, what can our winners expect? And so one of the things that we've done over time is really try to build a lot of value into the competition for winners. And so it starts off with, of course, that for all winners, you're going to get free access to our digital images that you can use to promote your spirits through social media, on your website, through neck hangers, anything that you might want to use. So there are free resources that are made available for the metal images. You don't have to pay a license fee or pay any additional fees to get access to them. Those are provided automatically. You're also given a free physical copy of the medals that you earn if you so choose to want them. Some people don't, because they're all focused on digital, but some people like that physical medal in their hand or in their tasting room to hang on their bottle so guests can see it when they come in. And those are made available for free as well. And then on top of that, we have ADI over its 20 years now has built up a huge list of people that are interested in the craft spirits world, interested in distilling. And so we are able to share your awards with all of those people through our e-news list that we have, which is currently over 13,000 subscribers. And so that is a really important way to get the news of your award out to a big group of people in our community and in the spirits world who are interested in spirits and those that are making really great stuff. So that's at the base level. And then beyond that, For our gold medal winners, we provide some additional opportunities where we will do more focused social media posts about their awards and about this year. We're going to be doing team focused posts for our social media. So we'll be focusing in more on the people who are at the heart of who made those products. So we're really excited about that. So that'll be coming soon for our 2023 winners. And so we'll probably continue that again next year, where we really want to focus in on not just the great spirits that won, but also the teams behind them that really did all that incredible work. And so we'll be doing social media posts for our gold medal winners, and additionally, gold medal winners who are interested in exploring e-commerce opportunities. We have a partner that we work with. Now, when ADI talks about partners for our competition, these are not partners who are giving us kickbacks. They're not paying us money. These are people who are passionate about the craft spirits industry, about excellent distilled spirits, and really want an opportunity to share the best that's being made in the world with the public. And so that's how we look at partnering with companies. So we work with a company called Tipsy, which is an e-commerce platform, and they have special discounts and benefits for gold medal winners if people choose to work with them. If not, that's the business decision between entrants and Tipsy, and that ADI makes the introduction. And we leave the business choices up to the winners, whether it makes sense for them. But for a lot of people, they are excited about the potential for e-commerce. And so that's an exciting opportunity. And I think Tipsy, out of other e-commerce platforms, has some interesting benefits and ways that they do things. And so you can explore that opportunity. I know several of our winners from 2023 chose to take advantage of that. In addition, above that, for our trophy winners, so these are our top level winners. These are the best of the best. These are the best whiskeys, best gins, best rums, best of everything that was entered into the competition. Those winners get an additional benefit even above that, where they get introductions for 30-minute meetings with 3 retailers. We have Binny's Beverage Depot in Illinois. We have K&L Wines in California, and Total Wine and More, which, as most everyone knows, has an incredible national presence with, I think, more than 20 states. I think it's 26, but I think it's around that number. So it's an incredible opportunity, and we've seen people take meetings and get placed into multiple stores or multiple states based on their trophy win and meetings that they've had with these retailers. And then for our international entrants, we've decided to partner with a number of importers. And so if you're an international entry that doesn't have U.S. importation and is interested in entering the U.S. market, we can provide you meetings with 3 US-based importers, and you can talk with them to see what their fee structures are, what makes sense for you. And if you're really interested in getting into the US market and you don't have access yet, these are 3 avenues that you can explore. They each offer different types of services, and they do things a little bit differently. They're based in different regions of the US. And so I think it provides a good look at how there are different ways to access the US market and types of businesses to work with when you're entering. And so that's why we have those 3 partners that provide those kind of different concierge level services of importation. Some are more focused on other aspects of the distribution process and seeing it all the way to market than others. And so you get a real idea of what it would mean to be in the U.S. market and work with the U.S.-based importer. And so I think that's a really exciting addition that we added just this last year in 2023 for our international entries, because one of the perennial questions for people is like, okay, I've won. That's great. I'd like to sell more, please. And so how do I get into market? And so we've provided these meetings so that people can explore those options with real viable companies. So those are some of the benefits that we do, and I think really are some of the you'd be hard pressed to find a competition that offers as extensive a set of benefits for competition winners beyond the standard marketing and metal promotion that most everyone else does. So I'm really proud of what we've been able to add over the years for that. And David, is there anything you want to add about what you've seen from some of our winners over the years and how they've done?
Yeah, I mean, certainly it is incredibly encouraging to see distillers not just from the US but also from the UK and Australia, and kind of see where they've come from maybe 3 or 4 years of winning a gold medal or a trophy. And the other thing that I find really encouraging is when you will get also maybe a spirit that comes in and they might get a bronze from the first year, which is, you've still got to be able to make a good spirit to get a bronze.
Yeah.
And then they come back and they take the feedback on board and they make this adjustment and that adjustment. And then they get a silver or a gold or something like that. And to me, that's really exciting because, as you said before, that's why the ADI was and the ADI competition was set up to be the way it was, with
Yeah.
the focus on this feedback, was so that if you got a bronze, you'd at least have a vague idea of how you might get a silver. And okay, things vary from time to time and judge to judge and day to day, but to have an idea of how you can improve, I think is fantastic and very valuable.
Yeah, I agree. Well, David, I want to thank you for your time and for sharing, the peek behind the curtain, as you said, with with our listeners today. And I'm really excited to be seeing you again in 2024 when we meet again for the competition. And for all the people out there who are thinking about entering, I think you should give it a try. And ADI, as I said, I believe we offer incredible value for our registration, and take advantage of our early bird discount while you can before February 2nd when it ends. And in the meantime, have a great time and great year. And I hope everyone sells fantastic during the next coming months. All right. Cheers.
Yeah. See you later. Bye.
Bye.